Hey, it's Amy Brown from the Waterboyz Show. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for a chance to win a trip to meet Megan Maroney at the 2025 iHeart Country Festival in Austin, Texas on May 3rd, hosted by Waterboyz. We're going to hook you up with tickets, flights, hotel, food credits, and a meet and greet with Megan Maroney. Take action now to support St. Jude and help cure childhood cancer, and you're going to be entered for a chance to win. Visit iHeartCountryTrip.com to learn more.
And we are back. What it do, folks? How's everybody going? Man, we are live at the end of the year talking the Atlanta Falcons year in review recap. Let's talk about it, see where everybody is on it, where everybody's standing. How are y'all doing? I see my boy Trey. He's coming in. He's trying to get his connection together, so he's off. But I'm gonna drop the link in, see if anybody wants to come in and join. Y'all, please forgive me today. I'm kind of under the weather, but still wanna give you guys good content and talk about these Falcons. There's Trey. There he is. There you go. What's up, Instagram? How's everybody going? I see y'all on there. What up, Trey? We are live. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
What's up, man? We live, man. I was letting everybody know. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons today, the year in review recap. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we're doing the whole year. We just doing this weekend.
Man, we could do this weekend and kind of touch on the basis of the year, on what some of the positives and negatives that you saw, and what we can do to have a better year next year.
All right, well, you go ahead and start, man. What do you think? What did you think of this weekend? What are your thoughts? Now that we removed a day from the game, what are your thoughts?
I'm definitely disappointed, man. We went in. We did the sports curse. I really believe that we had broken it. Maybe we a year off. My whole thing was, why not us? Why not the Falcons? I wanted to make T-shirts. Hey, why not us? I thought this was our year. I really believed that it was our year. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in a couple of reasons, but I do want to play devil's advocate to a lot of decisions. I'm disappointed in signing Kirk Cousins to $100 and something million, and he didn't come through. He didn't come through at the end where he lost those games in a row and had all those turnovers and no touchdowns. I felt like we could have used that money. If we was going to draft Penix, could have used that money and got defensive talent to help us on the ball. But I will play devil's advocate. What if we wouldn't have gotten Kirk Cousins? What if we would have relied on the draft? Would Penix have been there at 8 with the 8th pick? I wonder that. And then the Kirk Cousins effect. Did Kirk Cousins help Michael Penix become a better quarterback by having him on the team, watching him prepare, getting the guidance from Kirk, even though Kirk played like shit? Did that help Penix? So I want to talk about that as well. Watching Michael Penix, man, it seems like when you got to get a play, when it's 3rd down, 4th down, it seems like the boy's gonna go get it. I really was impressed by him. I really like what I saw. The interception wasn't his fault. He looked like he belonged out there, Trey. He looked like he had the confidence. He didn't look like it wasn't similar to when Ritter was out there his last 4 games. Ritter seemed like it was game management and that it wasn't, what we saw from Penix. I think we have a bona fide starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons for some years to come in Michael Penix, and I'm glad I saw that. We didn't lose the game because of him. We lost the game because of our defense. And I am worried about Carolina next year and the years to come. Bryce Young looked to be the quarterback that he was at Alabama when he was giving Georgia a hard time. He gave the Falcons a hard time yesterday. He had his best game as a pro. And I was happy to see that for him because I was pulling for him to come back. But, dang, we got to face that twice a year, Trey. Other than that, man, I was disappointed in and the defensive coordinator, he shouldn't have gave up that many points. Man, Bijan Robinson, man, he looked like he's that guy. I remember you saying you wasn't seeing spurts from him. You want to see that. I think yesterday you kind of saw that from Bijan Robinson, what you had been talking about in the beginning of the year. Tyler Algier looked good. Kyle Pitts, what do we do with him? What do we do with Kyle Pitts? Do we concede that he was a bust? He didn't do much out there. I think he had 2 catches, maybe 3. But man, if we would have won, I'm kind of glad when I saw Tampa Bay lost. I'm kind of glad we lost because now I think we have the 15th pick overall. I'm not sure, Trey. You may want to confirm that. But, I think we went from like 18, 19 to 15, and those, every pick counts in this league. So being at 15, I think we should go defensive end, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. So I think we should address that with the 15th overall pick. What do you have?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a whole lot of things. You kind of went through the whole list of things. I just start here. What before the season? What before the season said to us that this might be the year?
I mean, before the season for me, man, I felt like we solidified our defense. I was excited about the Justin Simmons signing. I was excited about Matthew Judo. I was excited about the defense. I thought Kirk Cousins was going to come in and just put this offense and gel it together, have Kyle Pitts clicking, Drake London clicking. I didn't know about the 2 other receivers that we had, but I thought he was going to get that going. I thought the offense was going to be deadly. I thought our defense was going to be okay. And I thought with those signings at the beginning of the year, the free agent signings, and I just thought we addressed everything we needed to be a contender for the NFC. So I was super excited listening to Raheem Morris on the pivot with those guys, and then the way he was talking, man, I bought into it. I bought into what Raheem Morris was selling us. I really did.
Yeah, well, I guess the main thing that we all have to do is take it as it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the season as it goes. Everything looked good in all season. And Raheem, he came in with a whole lot of energy. It was different than Arthur Smith. So a lot of the reporters were talking about how he's coming in with this fiery attitude. And, he's a good speaker. He's definitely a good speaker. Seems like the players like him. But at the same time, we had a quarterback who was coming off a ruptured Achilles, and he was 30-something years old. And even though we were hoping we could get Kirk Cousins in some of his best years, I mean, we bringing in a hurt quarterback who wasn't even a year removed from a torn Achilles. So we can just start there.
So who's the answer for that? Whose fault is that? You're the owner. You're Arthur Blank.
It's the entire organization. For so look, they took a swing. They felt like they needed to take a swing. They felt like no matter what, we talked about it. Arthur Blank said, "I'm not about to be quarterback broke." You know what I'm saying? When you be broke and you get money, you're gonna do whatever it have to do not to go broke again. Arthur Blank had Vic, then he had Matt Ryan. He had never experienced being quarterback broke until he had to deal with Mariota and he had to deal with Desmond Ridder. So I believe as the organization, they said they were going to try to do whatever it had to do. So they all took a swing. The head coach, the GM, and yes, Arthur Blank is a part of it. They all took a swing. They all took a swing.
Look, man. Look, we had options to get. We had offense to get Baker Mayfield. We definitely made a play for him. We had a chance to get Russell Wilson. We had a chance to get Justin Fields. And we chose to get Kirk Cousins. Now, out of those 3 quarterbacks that I just named, is Kirk Cousins this year had a better year than any one of those?
No, he hasn't.
So you put your Madden GM on, Trey. Put your Madden GM on, Trey. Why pass on Baker Mayfield?
Well, who said Baker was coming here?
Oh no, they wanted to get him, and they could have gotten him.
Nah, we don't know for a fact they could have gotten Baker.
Man, they could have gotten Baker Mayfield. They just had
says who? Who says who?
Man,
Baker Mayfield came out and said Did Baker Mayfield come out and say, "Hey, I was going to the Falcons, but they didn't want me," or is it just people talking about people we could have gotten?
It was talked about the first game of the year when we played Tampa Bay about Baker almost signing with the Falcons, but something was a hang up in it. I can't remember what was said, but I remember that conversation being had the first game of the year between the announcers. And
I don't believe Baker Mayfield was foolish enough
with the Falcons.
I don't believe Baker Mayfield was foolish enough to choose the Atlanta Falcons over the Bucs. I just don't. In that situation, for Baker Mayfield, and I'm just speaking for Baker Mayfield, we don't have to stay on him too long. But for him, it was a better decision for him personally to go back to the Bucs. He had already been in the organization. The people knew him. They already knew what he was like. He already had a rapport with the offense. He had a rapport with his defensive players and his teammates as a whole. He had a rapport with the city and the fans. It was better for him to go back there. And I'm not even getting into what we should have done. We should have done this or we should have done that. I'm just saying they went and got Kirk Cousins. They took a big swing.
Why?
And I understand why they tried to take a big swing, but we have to look at it for what it is at this point. And we can say it was hindsight or whatever, but 14 games out of Kirk Cousins, it just wasn't good enough, and the wheels fell off.
So why didn't the Minnesota Vikings want to resign Kirk Cousins? Like you just said, had the same rapport as Baker Mayfield, and they go get They did want to resign him. So why didn't they resign him?
They would have brought him back, just not at the payday that he wanted. Nowhere near what we paid. Okay. No, they would have brought him back and had their rookie quarterback play behind him and learn. But at the same time, nobody was finna pay what the Atlanta Falcons paid for Kirk Cousins. And they took the route that, hey, this is what it's going for. This is what the money is for. This is what quarterbacks are getting paid. They took a swing and they struck out. They took a swing and they struck out. And all of them have to sit and eat that. Arthur Blank, Terry Fontenot, and Raheem Morris, since he's gone on a couple shows and said that was part of his sales pitch.
Okay, so you're Arthur Blank. Was it a fail to bring Kirk Cousins in to the Atlanta Falcons?
Looking for what it is, and people can call it hindsight, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because I mean, we look at a lot of things in life at hindsight, and so yes, 14 games for $100 million, 100% was a mistake. 14 games for $100 million was 100% a mistake.
I'm here to say that you're wrong, Trey.
Okay.
I'm here to say that you're wrong.
Please tell me how I'm wrong that paying $100 million for 14 games.
All right, the first question I want to ask you, do you like the pick of Michael Penix Jr.? Do you like him?
No. Just tell me when I'm wrong.
I'm about to tell you, man. Answer my question.
But listen, don't give me hypotheticals. I don't want to talk hypotheticals. No, because you're gonna say, how do we know we could have got him? Blah 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 blah.
No, I'm finna speak what I feel.
Okay, yeah. I like Michael Penix.
Do you think Michael Penix is the future of the Atlanta Falcons?
Yes, I do.
Okay, at the number 8 pick, when we drafted and we didn't make a move on Kirk Cousins, do you think he would have still been there for the Atlanta Falcons?
Listen, like I said, let's not do. Hold on. Let me talk. Let's not do hypotheticals, and I'm gonna tell you why. We can't talk about he might have been there, he might not have been there. They could have traded up if they wanted him that bad. So we can go. Listen, so we can run around this live $100 million, or like $100 million times, like the broke Achilles, and come up with scenarios where we couldn't have got him or we could have got him.
Okay, well I'm here to tell you.
Talk, like you said, you think it was a
let
good
me
decision.
finish. This is my opinion.
No, dog. I told you I didn't want to do hypotheticals.
I don't want to do hypotheticals. It's realistic. What I'm saying.
It's a hypothetical because it has not happened.
So what I'm trying to say is this. This is what I'm trying to say. I feel like Michael Penix wouldn't have been there. I feel like Oakland would have traded up.
Then you trade up.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. I don't feel we probably would have gotten Jaden Daniels, maybe. I don't know. But this is all I'm going to say.
They weren't coming out the number 2.
This all I'm going to say. I don't think Michael Penix Jr. would have been there. I don't think anybody saw Atlanta Falcons drafted him, and I thought this Raiders stayed pat to get him. All right, so that's what I think. Now, the second that
don't mean nothing, though, B. That's worthless.
All right. So second, do you think playing behind Kirk Cousins helped Michael Penix this year?
I'm sure it helped him some, but that don't mean he still couldn't be good at this point. At the point that he took over, that don't mean he couldn't have been in the exact same place as a quarterback.
That's hypothetical as well.
And hey, man, what you're saying? You're saying it's hypothetical that Kirk actually helped him. I'm saying maybe it did. I'm not in the building. I don't know.
I mean, as a former football player, I feel like that did help Michael Penix. I feel like that helped him.
Okay, so you feel like they paid Kirk $100 million. You still think it was $100 million was worth Michael Penix learning from him for 17 games? Man, get out of here with that, dog.
Yeah, I think so. I think
you
so.
tripping.
I think next year we will see the return on those dividends. I think.
So no matter what Michael Penix becomes, it's gonna be because of Kirk Cousins, right? It's not gonna be because Michael Penix.
No, I ain't say that. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, you said because of those returns, so you're getting a return off your money.
He had a chance to watch and learn.
Like I said, you're saying that's gonna be the reason.
Honest, the pay that Kirk Cousins got this year is the going rate for quarterbacks, sir.
Man, $100 million was not worth it, B. Like we have to look at it.
I'm just saying it's not like we overpaid. It's the going rate for quarterbacks.
You did overpay if you paid somebody who wasn't worth paying.
I mean,
if you paid somebody who wasn't worth paying,
he did get us a 6-3, and they had the Atlanta doing the swag surf, sir.
Man, if the Falcons just wanted to win so bad, and I didn't like the swag surfing when all that was going on. I put it in the video, and I was talking about this man was out there swag surfing. He didn't call the A-Town Holy Ghost, but at the end of the day. Like $100 million, when you look back, 14 games for $100 million was not worth it. Man, and we can look at it and say, we can look at it and say, hold up, bro. Hold up. You had opportunity. You've been talking for a long time.
Hey man, who you checking?
And so 14 games for $100 million is not worth it for any player unless it is the greatest quarterback that God himself sculpted and put on the field and you guaranteed to get a Super Bowl. It's just not it. That's just not it, man. That's just not it.
I can say this, man. I feel like that Kirk Cousins was a benefit to Michael Penix. I feel like we're seeing that pay off on the last 3 games that he played. I still feel like he had it in him. But I remember going to look at him in Beaufort, man, when we went to Beaufort and we saw him practice. And I see a big difference from what I saw because in that practice, he didn't look as good as he looks now. And you got to agree with me on there because we both was kind of worried about that.
And Kirk looked better in practice than he did in the game. So some of that don't even matter. You paid $100 million for 14 games. That was a failure at the end of the day. And we can try to pick we can try to pick small wins out of it. You didn't pay him. So let me ask you this. What coach gets paid $100 million to come in and coach on a team for 14 games? Because basically that's what you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about. No, it's totally different. That's wrong.
What you're talking about
wrong, sir.
He was able to learn from Kirk Cousins for 14 games
I'm not finna
at $100 million. I'm not finna dive into that. There's no player worth $100 million for 14 games. It's just not.
I'm gonna tell you why he's worth it.
And I'm not gonna let you or anybody else as
we never would have drafted Michael Penix. He wouldn't have been there for us to draft. And I'm gonna say
you trade up. You don't know that for a fact. You trade up. You trade up to 5. You trade up to 4. You trade like you do that. So you can't say that.
We wouldn't have gotten hypothetical. You can't say that we would have traded up.
It's hypothetical.
If we wouldn't have signed Kirk Cousins, we wouldn't have gotten Michael Penix Jr. Period.
False.
That's not false.
False.
That's not false.
There's no way you can 100% say that. Like
I can't say that, and there's no way you can.
I mean, you can say it, but you sound ridiculous.
I don't sound ridiculous.
You sound ridiculous.
I don't.
Saying
if
yes,
we
you do.
wouldn't have signed, if we wouldn't have used
ridiculous.
that $100 million to sign Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix would not be on this team.
Okay, and who told you that?
Ain't nobody told me that. It's logical.
Okay, then. So, like I said, let's move on because you're talking nonsense.
I'm not talking.
You're talking nonsense.
No,
so let's go back to the season. Bringing
Somebody
in Kirk
agrees
Cousins.
with me. Thank you, Blake Newsom. He agreed with me.
I mean, dog, we done had like 40 comments, and you put up this one comment that somebody said they agree with you. That's cool, my guy. Like people can have their opinion. Like that's cool. Salute to them for their opinion. I disagree. $100 million for 14 games. It's a failure. It's a failure. You had to bench him. Look, you had to bench him. You brought a little bit of strife on the team to where your bust of a tight end talking about, I just work here. Like, these are the things that Michael Penix had to go through. Then Michael Penix never even got a chance to throw to Drake London, Kyle Pitts, or any of them until it was finally time for him to play. Like, you didn't even have 10 plays. You could let him get in practice to at least get some kind of rapport with these guys in case this guy gets hurt. Like, you were so sure and you trotted everything out. At the end of the day, 14 games for $100 million. You said he was getting you to the playoffs. It was a fail. It was a fail. It was a flat out fail on the part of the Atlanta Falcons. It just was. It was a fail.
Now,
it was a colossal failure.
Now, do I agree with you on that? Yeah, I agree. We shouldn't have signed him for $100 million. All I'm saying is we wouldn't have gotten Penix if we wouldn't have signed him. Now,
we don't know that for a fact. So let,
I mean,
we don't know. I didn't want to talk
that's
hypotheticals in the first place because you and I can come up. But you and I can come up with a million hypotheticals. That's why I said let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Why?
Because we wasting our time doing that,
and
we wasting the good people's time. Yeah, hey, all y'all good people out there on this beautiful Monday.
I think people are enjoying.
I'm sorry that we're wasting your time.
We're not wasting time. I think y'all enjoy this conversation. What I'm saying is,
that man said he know for a fact we would not have drafted Michael Penix. Okay.
Because if we wouldn't have signed a quarterback, everybody know in the draft that we would have needed a quarterback, and things would have panned out differently.
And guess what? The Falcons would have known that also, so they would have known they had to be more aggressive. Like it's a trickle down effect. Come on, dog. Let's just
we don't know.
Let's just use some critical thinking here. Let's use some critical thinking.
Hey, man, look, man. All I'm saying is, hey, we can look at it like this: by us signing Kirk Cousins to that $100 million contract, and for them drafting Michael Penix. Hey, we got our quarterback of the future. Thank you.
Man, yeah, it was a failure. For them making that failure, it actually turned out that they backed it up in case it was a failure. So shout out to them for backing up their failure, because that's what they did. Hey, if Kirk fails, let's get Michael Penix. I mean, that's all it was. And they backed up their failure. Man, so what did Naeem say? Man, he put this in here much earlier. Like this, me put this in about 20 minutes ago. Right. Should Terry get fired? And that's a discussion that we can have very soon. Should Terry Fontenot get fired? Because he is the GM. He is the GM, regardless of what the coach wants, regardless of what's going on with the owner. He's the GM, and the buck of the blame is going to get put right on his desk like a big old stack of papers. Should Terry Fontenot get fired? You know, like where are you on the Terry Fontenot scale? Fired, hot seat, no hot seat. Where do you stand on Terry Fontenot?
Terry Fontenot is definitely on the hot seat. I don't think he should get fired. I'm pulling for the brother, but I'm a Falcon fan overall over anything. So it don't matter if you're blue, white, brown, green. I'm a Falcon fan. I'm a red and black fan. And Terry Fontenot, you better step it up, man. You convinced Arthur Blank and those guys to first off draft the tight end at the overall number 4th pick, the highest tight end ever drafted in history with Kyle Pitts. That was your call over Justin Fields when everybody wanted Justin Fields at that time. And not only to say that, I think Jamar Chase was drafted after Kyle Pitts. Enough said on that. You convinced Arthur Blank to spend $100 and something million on a quarterback with a broke Achilles when we could have used that money to shore up our defensive line, to definitely shore up our defensive line and address quarterback in the draft. You gave a 3rd round pick for Judon. Now, looking back at that was terrible, man. We lost a 3rd round pick to Judon, who couldn't cover a pillow if he was a pillow sack. I don't know what's his problem, man. I don't know, Trey. Yeah, he's on the hot seat for sure, man. He's on the hot seat. Seemed like the best thing he could do was evaluate free agents.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he's on the hot seat. I don't think he's at the point of getting fired this season, but next season is pivotal for him. The team has to get into the playoffs, so this will be 5 years with him as the GM. If the team, for some reason, does not make the playoffs next year, that will be 5 years of him as the GM with the team really still stuck in the same place.
Oh, he got to go because these are his players. These are his players that's playing. He groomed this team. I don't think maybe Jake Matthews is a holdover from the Super Bowl
that's
team.
that's
probably
everybody else are players
Grady
that
Jarrett?
start getting built after they got rid of Dan Quinn and him and
Yeah.
Arthur Smith came in.
All right, I got another question. I see you posted something. Is there something you want to say right quick?
No, I'm just
right.
going through the comments. We'll
All
go
right.
through them. And
I want to address
King Cook. He'll be a Bucks fan, so we're gonna
All
have to address him in a minute. He popping
All
off
right.
about the Bucks.
All right. Well, King Cook, F the Bucks. All right, check this out. Is it time for us to move past Grady Jarrett?
No.
And why?
Man, Grady is a man. He's like a foundation of the team. Grady still can make plays. Is Grady where he was before? No, he's getting older and he's coming off injury. I still like Grady. Now, if you want to look at what he's getting paid, I have to go through the numbers and see what Grady's getting paid. If you could maybe get some of that paycheck to come down just a little bit. No, but hey, as a fan, the selfish part of me does not want to get rid of Grady. I just really love Grady Jarrett as a player. Grady Jarrett was still getting back there, putting heat on the quarterback. I think he still needs help. But is he still the young Grady Jarrett with the promise of years and years to come of high level play? No, I mean, because he's older and he's coming off a very serious injury. So we'll see. But I guarantee you, no matter if they keep him or not, if he goes somewhere else, I think he's gonna make plays in the future. And if he stays here, I think he's gonna still make plays. So right. I like Grady.
My answer to that is I like Grady Jarrett. I think Grady Jarrett, for the pay he's making, doesn't deserve to be here for that pay. I feel like we could use that pay to get a really upgrade at that position, but I would like to see Grady Jarrett restructure his contract and we keep him here as a Falcon. But for what he's getting paid as one of the top defensive tackles in the league, I don't think we're getting that production from that position at that pay rate.
But now, man, no, because by your reasoning, no matter what we pay Grady, if a D tackle comes in and learns behind him, it's worth it.
Man, go on with it. Totally two different positions.
I'm just saying. Matter of fact, they need to go ahead and give Grady $100 million.
Nah, bro, go on.
And whatever he teaches a D tackle, by B Rich's reasoning,
you'll
learn it.
Y'all hear this? You hear him, man?
Hey, man.
That makes no sense.
Man, what's the elementary school you went to in Atlanta again?
The same one you went to?
No, seriously. What's the name of the school you went to again?
What? Why?
Hey, man, because I need to check their scores. I need to see what's going on over there because they failing some students over there when it comes to critical thinking.
Oh, man, go on somewhere, man.
They are failing the community. Look, I'm going to take a second to go. Let's go through some comments. Let's talk about what the people, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what the people have to say. Yes, Keaton, I am 100% using his logic against him. He knows how I get down. You know what I mean? Like a dude talking about $100 million to learn behind him. Man, get out of here. All right, let's go back to King Cook, who is a Bucks fan, who says, I've been waiting for this live. Go Bucks, baby. 4 times. I say 4-time division champs. We the kings of the South. Never forget. Hey, man, as long as Tip don't start performing down there, y'all won't be the kings of the South, all right? The king of the South resides in the great city of Atlanta. But I hear you, King Cook.
Hey, and they play at home. Who they play at home? They play a good team at home too.
Washington.
And they play. I hope Jaden Daniels just goes and throws a last minute bomb at the 2 seconds left at the end of the game and beats y'all. And I hope Baker Mayfield has 2 torn whatever.
Oh no, man! Don't wish that.
I said whatever.
We're not wishing any harm on nobody.
I'm just
man.
saying.
We wish to show up and defeat a team. We don't wish harm on them though.
I'm just
come
saying.
on, man.
He up here talking his ish, so hey, I'm talking mine.
Man, hey, man, it is what it is. Hey, man. I appreciate you tuning in.
Hey, check it out. I need you to give your props and your balling on the 30th floor to our right tackle, sir. Because he proved the last 3 games.
Right now we're going through comments, but I'm not gonna give him a balling on the 30th floor. Like, man, like he He played, but I don't want to talk
coleslaw.
about that right now. So I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to go through these comments, but bring that back up. We'll
All
table that, and we'll come back up, man. So David said we need to trade him for a fire breather. He's talking about Kyle Pitts, and he said we need to trade him for an edge rusher.
Oh, okay.
So he said earlier we need to trade him for an edge rusher. Buster Smith said, I'm not happy with where we are as head coach. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so it's a lot of people not happy with Raheem right now. And I said it at the end of the video that we put out today. And I really want to know, when it comes to what Coach Morris said, stats are for losers. And like I asked him, with a record of 8-9, who is that stat for? Winners or losers? I bet you don't feel like a winner right now, do you, Coach Morris? I bet you don't feel like a winner with that 8-9 record, because that's a stat. That's a stat that's on your resume now. That's on your jacket, my guy. 8-9. 8-9. Another failure of a season for the Atlanta Falcons. And you had $100 million quarterback coach in Kirk Cousins. Because he's not, according to B. Rich, he's not a quarterback. He's a quarterback coach. We had a $100 million quarterback coach playing. That was his problem. You let the quarterback coach play quarterback. That was the problem, Coach Morris. You let the quarterback coach play quarterback. You should have had a quarterback to play quarterback, but you had your quarterback coach out there in the meeting room. I'm making $100 million, Michael Penix. Watch what I do. I'm going to go out here and throw 4 picks off a bye. That's how you play the game. You know what I'm saying? That's how you play the game, man. That's how you play the game, man. Anyway, man, let's move on, man. Hey, JD says Ray McLeod should have gotten the ball more. He was looking good yesterday. Him and Penix were making some plays downfield. One thing I can say, boy, Penix has a strong arm. He's able to fit the ball into tight windows between defenders. That arm strength was showing up. David said we still won 8 games. Arthur Smith never gave us more than 7. Yep. So in a sense, along with what B. Rich said, we paid $100 million for one more game. We paid $100 million and drafted a quarterback top 10 to win one more game this particular season.
Don't put that on me.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just going by your logic.
That ain't what I talked about. That ain't my logic.
Just going by your logic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It needs who he said he said Terry needs to come take Kirk's chains back. He said T.I. needs to come take Kirk chains back like how he did Nunu. And tell Raheem Chuck E. Cheese don't accept unused timeout. Hey, man, but if I see Raheem at Chuck E. Cheese trying to turn them timeouts in with tickets, hey, man, I'm with Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you might have snapped, my guy. Chuck E. Cheese does not accept unused timeouts for tickets. You can't walk out of there with toys for your kids.
That's funny.
Funny. Davis also said fire Jimmy Lake. He needs to go. He said fire Jimmy Lake. Terry needs to go, and we draft defense and the right tackle. Quinn said he excited for next year. Monty Sanders said it was fool's gold. I think he's talking about Kirk, but I'm not for certain. But that's around the time we were talking about Kirk. Vincent Prime said Raheem Morris is not the answer. He's a coordinator and nothing more. And we will see next year. We will see next year. Try to go to some people who haven't come in yet. Y'all not got. Well, oh yeah, King Cook said, at least y'all know y'all got the quarterback for the future, man. We do. Let me go. So have we put him in the thing from John? He said we couldn't have gotten Baker because Mike Evans told him he would not come back to Tampa if Baker wasn't his quarterback. I heard that too. Now Baker wasn't coming to Atlanta, so but I mean it's nice to talk about, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, people quit to blame Terry, but fail to realize Terry brought in Jesse Bates, Mooney, Ellis, and Judon. So look, I'm gonna say this to Carlton's point, and shout out to you for making that point, Carlton. To Carlton's point, y'all go Google Terry Fontenot. Go Google Terry. Be rich on your computer. Google Terry Fontenot right quick. Google Terry Fontenot right quick, and look up what his job titles were before he came to the Falcons. Look up what his job title was with the New Orleans Saints, and I think it'll give you some background as to why.
In 2003, Fontenot was hired by the New Orleans Saints as a scout. 2013, Fontenot was promoted to director of pro scouting.
Now say that again. Say that again. Say that name very clear. Now say the title of that last position very clear.
In 2013, Fontenot was promoted to director of pro scouting.
Okay, and what was the next position you had? Director of pro scouting.
In 2020, Fontenot was once again promoted to assistant general manager and vice president of pro personnel.
Okay, so pro scouting and pro personnel. What is that on a team? What's his job responsibilities?
To evaluate pro talent.
Okay, talent of people that are already in the league. Am I correct?
Yeah, pro talent.
Yeah, so that means Terry would be good at doing what? Signing free agents. And Terry has, to Carlton's point, he's had more hits than misses when it comes to bringing in free agents. Even fine. So Terry's good at that. I believe he's really good at that. I believe he's good at finding free agent talent, bringing guys in. Shout out to Terry for that.
Judon was not good.
I mean, okay. I mean, you gonna have one or two that's not gonna hit. Right. But overall, Terry hasn't brought in a whole lot of free agent busts, and he's been good at that. So that's one thing that he can hang his hat on and say that he's been able to do. Now, when it comes to the drafting, we look at a lot of first round picks. They actually have turned out to be good players, except for Kyle Pitts. It's just for the fact that he went offense.
Thank you, Breeze.
4 years, offense, 4 years in a row. But when you look at those three players, Drake London looks like a player. Bijan looks like a player. And now Michael Penix looks like a player. But, a debate and a conversation could be had that a better position could have been picked for each of those draft picks. So I just wanted to bring that up when what he said about Terry bringing in those players. Man, did I just see we had a super chat? Man, from Breeze.
Thanks, Breeze. 1,500. Thank you.
Yeah. Put that up one more time. What's the super chat on that he put up? Yeah, man. We appreciate you, Breeze. Thank you for your support, my brother. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate that, man. Antonio Starks earlier said, "What up, Waterboyz? What up, Antonio?" The Real King from Facebook said the Bulldogs will be back and the Falcons will make the playoffs next season. That sounds like music to my ears, my brother. Music to my ears.
Trey, I think, man, that we did the curse, man. We didn't put a date on it, so I think it's like it's for next year. So it's still in effect, bro. Why not?
There's no such thing as a curse, dog. I don't believe in the curse. I did the We Breaking the Sports curse because it was fun and it's content we can put out there and people laughed about it and it resonated with them. But there's no sports curse. There's hire the right people to do the job correctly, and then you'll get winning results.
Well, like I said, man, we broke the sports curse.
Flat out.
It's gonna be applied to next year.
Flat out.
Next year.
Okay. Hire the right people. Yes. Real King also said prayers and thoughts for the Smart family. Then JD Jackson says, I feel like our offensive line definitely needs work. Matthew Rice, he said, patty cake, Baker man, bacon interception as fast as he can. listen to how the crowd screams and shout, but unfortunately the Pirates will be 1-0.
Yeah, Matthew Rice.
Hey, man.
He might have snapped, man.
Hey, King Cook, boy, Matthew done put a whole rhyme together about your boy Maker, man. You know what I'm saying? Antonio said, I like your shows. I've been supporting for a while. Blake says, I still think Kirk had a better year than Fields. Untimely, but yes, bad signing. Deshaun said it was a mistake on the pay for him, but not how much he showed our young quarterback. So it was a mistake to pay him that. I mean, Penix learned from him, but unfortunately, that came at a cost. And then Cherokee Bill game and said $100 million coach. Yep, $100 million quarterback coach is what they paid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think we wouldn't have gotten Penix if we wouldn't have made that deal. Thanks a lot. Hey Trey, what you got on right now? What kind of shirt you got on? What's that?
Oh man, I have Swats. We definitely have to count the Arthur Smith years. We definitely got for Terry. We still got to count them. Man. But we have on these blood pressure bird sweatshirts.
Stand up.
These blood pressure birds are stressing me out.
So check it out, y'all. Check it out. To support the show, man, we ask y'all to give us free digital currency, man, by liking, by sharing, by commenting on all our social medias, man. But hey, Another way you can support us, man. Trey Boy Play came up with the blood pressure birds. He coined that as our phrase for the Waterboyz Show. Thank you, Trey. If you guys would like to support what we got going on, I just put the link right there. It's 285clothing.com. Please, please, please support. Click the link and support, man. That helps us to bring you better content and to just help us doing what we're doing. Thank you so much, man. Trey, I love it, man. I saw Greg Street post that on his post yesterday, and it just made me smile from ear to ear. Man, that's what's up, man. We came up with a good nickname for our Atlanta Falcons, man. The blood pressure birds. Tell me how you came up with that, Trey. How did that come out?
That, man, I think it was after the Falcons and the Tampa game. But just because it was such a high pressure and blood pressure situation, man, just they have us on pins and needles. Just our entire existence watching the Falcons, man, and blood pressure birds. So if you hear that, that started right here. Yeah. Like nobody said it before I said it. People might have other sayings they call them, but when you hear blood pressure birds, that came right here.
Yeah, Breeze 1500. I just put the link in the chat, man. If you can, it's in the YouTube chat, and it's also pinned right here. Man, go ahead and click that link, man, and support, man. We appreciate you. You already support us on the super chat, so thank you for that, man. If you want to, man, support us on the blood pressure bird sweaty hoodie, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. So yesterday, though, like we've talked about the whole season as a whole, I want to focus on, and of course, there's a lot to talk about the entire season. Raheem, Coach Morris, I try to give him his respect and call him Coach Morris. I try to give him his respect. Mm-hmm. He had the end of the year presser today. So it's a lot of talk about the end of the year, but I kind of want to just focus on yesterday.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Man, it was flat out atrocious. Flat out disrespectful. I'm just going to say it, man. Like all fellow Falcon fans, yesterday was straight up disrespectful. Man, I said it to my wife as I was getting ready to go to bed. We were talking. I was getting ready to go to bed, man. I said, you know what, babe? That was just flat out disrespectful. Flat out disrespectful. For you to come in there in a game that you could potentially make the playoffs, for you to come in a game that you could potentially make the playoffs. Yes, you had to depend on somebody else, but all you can do is take care of what you got to do. And you get in there and you give up 40-something points on defense at home. That was flat out disrespectful to the fans. So when I hear people come on the page and people say, man, y'all not real fans. You're not real fans if you're getting on the team. We got to ride with the guys no matter what. Yes, we ride with the guys no matter what, but we can also say what is the 100% truth. And yesterday was flat out disrespectful from the Atlanta Falcons, from the coaches, from the players. Man, it was flat out disrespectful. It just was. Like sitting in there in that stadium. I'm in the stadium with my son. Everybody just deflated because this is how you show up and play in a game where you never know what might happen. It was flat out disrespectful, man. So shame on the Atlanta Falcons and shame on our head coach for popping off all year saying this, and that. And this is what your team showed up and did yesterday. And I heard him talking about the defense. Man, defense didn't do this and defense didn't do that. That's your defense, my guy. You're a defensive coordinator. That's where you came from. It was disrespectful. It was just flat, man. You were at home, and I'm not even gonna crap on the Panthers because we say, well, it was the Panthers, and yeah, the Panthers have been bad, but I'm not even gonna crap on that pro team because they got pro players out there who are a whole hell of a lot more athletic than I ever been in my life. But I'm just gonna say it is what it is. The Atlanta Falcons, man, they wet the bed. Like I said, they had the whole stadium stinking. They smelled like old lemon pepper wing juice, 12 packs of beaters, and a room at the nice inn. Some don't smell right. It stinks, it's funky, and somebody might need to call a doctor for some antibiotics.
I think you meant Dookie pepper wings.
Disrespectful. And like Breeze said, he said one thing that was good. Raheem called a timeout. I wonder if that man was just trolling us. I wonder if that man was just trolling us. Yeah, man, beat this, man. I know people ain't heard the word beat this in a long time, man. I hated the smell of beat this. Shout out to my partner, stepdaddy. Man, I love you. I love you, big bro, man. May you rest in peace. My partner, stepdad, used to smoke them beaters. And I used to be like, bro, you got to smoke them outside. You better not light that up in my house. You got to smoke that. You got to smoke that outside. But Napoleon said, smell like a pack of cool menthol. I'm talking about after somebody just packed them down real good. Like somebody took a pack of cools and just But you know how you see somebody who smoke, but they just pack the cigarette down for like 10 minutes straight. Just keep packing them down.
And then they roll them up. Then they roll them up right here.
Finally smoke them. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like somebody just packed the whole pack of cigarettes down for 30 minutes, Napoleon, and then lit up some cool menthols, man. Man, I'm telling you, it was disrespectful. Like, I know I'm cracking jokes, and I know I'm making fun of the Atlanta Falcons and the fun of the whole situation, but I'm telling you, man, it was flat out disrespectful. And as a fan who goes to the games, as a fan who watches the games, as a fan whose son loves watching the game, whose wife loves watching the game, our family and friends, we make content for all y'all. We all emotionally invested some kind of way. It was disrespectful. It was flat out disrespectful. Shame on the effort, or should I say the lack of effort that was put out on the defensive side. Offense, I mean, but I think I saw a stat. They said that this is the first time ever. I saw this stat, and I would have to go find it. I think they said this is the first time ever that this has happened, that on offense, a quarterback has thrown for over 300 yards. You've had a wide receiver go for over 150 and a running back go for over 150, and you've lost the game.
Oh, man. Are you serious? Man.
Go look it up.
I mean, I believe you, man, but I tell you what, man. I'm still pissed off at the timeout, man. I'm still pissed off about that. I really ain't had a chance to talk about it, Trey. I don't understand why. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like we was on the phone, and I remember you had told me to hold on. And I remember when the play was called, and I heard you and your wife like, call timeout. Your wife said, call timeout. Excuse me, y'all. How in the world does your wife know to call timeout and our head coach don't think to call a timeout?
I don't get it.
I mean, bro, like my daughter who don't watch football would have known to say call a timeout. I don't get that part, man. Like, coach, I like you, Coach Morris. Like you had me on board, but boy, you got me looking at you real side-eyed right now, buddy. Damn, you got to come back from that. Like that right there cost us the game, bro. That cost us our season. We wouldn't have had to worry about the Washington Redskins. I mean, I'm sorry, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating on the Saints yesterday. If you'd have just called that timeout and got a little bit closer for that field goal. I believe we would have made that field goal and we would have won this game yesterday. But you
man, read what Blake Newsome said.
The Halo board showed us having more passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play, time of possession, yards per rush, and we lost to a coin toss. Falcons moment. Damn, Blake. That's some real issue just popped.
And I was frustrated because the game coming to an end. You finally see the Saints had to go for a fourth down. You saw they didn't get it. You know the Bucks had won the game. And so we know no matter what the outcome is, Falcons not making the playoffs, right? So I tell my 13-year-old son, I say, hey, let's go ahead and go. Let's try to get ahead, you know. And he like, no, Dad, I want to stay. Look at my cousin here. Disrespectful, man.
That's the Panthers fan?
Yeah, of course. That's my cousin.
I seen you, Joker. Hey, but listen, you just got us a better draft pick. We at 15.
No, you know what? I'm glad I almost forgot. So let me finish saying this about my son. He called me yesterday. Steve, my cousin, who comment we have up, ladies and gentlemen, and he told me something. And so I'm going to tell you who we can blame for the loss. And he is on the other side of the screen as me. Be Rich. My cousin called me and told me why it was Be Rich's fault. And I'm going to tell y'all right now because Be Rich believes in omens and curses and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, man, my son said, now I want to stay and watch the overtime. And I wanted to go because I'm like, okay, son, the season over has been fun. Let me get ahead. Let me doubt some people up. But I said, okay, we'll stay for the overtime. And to watch them drive down the field, just methodically and easily drive down the field and score a touchdown. And I felt even more disrespected. How dare y'all make us sit through this crap? And then this is what you do. I would have rather when we scored the touchdown, Coach Morris went for two. Because by then we had already seen that the Saints had won. I'm sure he had somebody on the team saying, you know, okay, we still got him, but just go for two. Go for two, dog. Go for two. But anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen. So check this. I had me a dope birthday party, man. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She gave me a dope birthday party, man. And at this birthday party, my cousin, who is from Carolina, man, he drove down to come kick it with me, man. One of the closest people to me in life. And he reminded me that me, him, and B Rich were talking, and B Rich says to him, man, when the Panthers gonna win a game? And he said that I said to be rich. Oh man, why you say that? Now they gonna beat us, man. Why you had to jinx us? Now they gonna beat us. And sure enough, 1 week later, the Panthers beat
not my fault.
the Falcons.
That's not my
All
fault.
because of Mickey Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So,
Steve Fluker, which Steve Fokker, keep pounding. I don't know why y'all got that lame ass. What they call it? Lame ass. I don't even know what to call it.
Slogan, catchphrase.
Yeah, I don't know why I got that lame ass slogan. Keep pounding like you're damn in a sex race and you're trying to beat somebody else to the next girl. Keep pounding. That is the dumbest phrase I ever heard, man. And that's really y'all phrase. I remember we went to the game like, keep pounding. Keep pounding. Like they just watching a porn and they just want the dude to keep pounding. Like, I don't understand that. I like ours much better. Rise up. And on that note, man, that is hilarious. Ours is called Rise Up, though, Trey. I just thought about that. Rise up. Man, what in the hell is wrong with the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons with their slogans, man? Are y'all kidding me? But anyway, man, Steve.
Hey, man, just
win for y'all.
stop
Y'all
it.
just help.
Be rich, stop while you're ahead before our Facebook get flagged, man. Okay, because boy, you one slip away from saying something real foolish on this live. We'll just leave it.
Hey, yeah.
And
we'll leave it
at that, man.
Hey, man, but listen, thanks for beating us yesterday. We now got the 15th overall pick. Hopefully that pick will come to haunt y'all the rest of y'all career, man. Yeah.
What? Hopefully what pick?
The 15th overall pick we get this year.
I mean, look, man.
18th and 19th.
Yesterday was disrespectful, and yesterday, like I can really only just stay on that. We'll do a year wrap up, man. Hopefully maybe we can get up with Spencer. Maybe I might see if my guy Sosay will come on. You know, maybe we invite Berto. Maybe we'll see if we can get some of those guys on. We'll do a year wrap up and kind of Voltron up and talk about the year in review. And where do the Falcons go from here? Some of our boy Sap. Sorry, I missed your call earlier, my brother. I'm gonna have to call you tomorrow, man. We'll definitely chop it up. But he said Raheem doesn't have those Dan Campbell guts to end the game in regulation by going for 2. Dan Campbell definitely a different kind of coach. And the Lions, boy, they put a whooping on the Vikings last night. So where do we go from here, B Rich? We almost been on about an hour. We normally call it a night right at an hour. But tell me, man, where do we go without getting too deep into it? What are some of the next steps that you would like to see over the coming week, that you would like to hear? Any breaking news you would like to hear from the Falcons, whether it be coaching, whether it be players, whether it be just whatever you would like to hear.
All right. Well, first off, I'd like to start by this, man. Let's start off with the 2025 opponents that we play next year. Don't get no easier, Trey. Our home games next year.
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I gotta interrupt you. What do you mean it doesn't get any easier?
I'm about to tell you the people we got to play next year.
But I guess what I'm asking is, are we playing some teams from the ACC or the Pac-12 or something?
Man, let me name the team, sir.
No. I'm just asking. So, but these are NFL teams, right?
Man, can I talk?
Just answer the question.
Yeah,
these NFL teams. So we can't say what's easy, be rich, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Okay,
these are pro
this is the fun of the whole thing, Trey.
It's not fun. I tried to tell y'all when y'all said, man, at the end of the year, the hard part is at the beginning, and at the end of the year, and then we got our butts whipped at the end of the year.
Okay, well, let me talk about who our opponents are next year. Is that okay with you?
Jeez.
All right, man. Well, our home games next year, we got the Carolina Panthers, which we always have. We got the New Orleans Saints, which we always have, and we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which we always have. New to the scene are the Los Angeles Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, and the Washington Commanders that we play all at home next year. Our away games are the Carolina Panthers, which we always have, the New Orleans Saints, which we always have, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, new teams we play next year: the Arizona Cardinals, the San Francisco 49ers, the New England Patriots, the New York Jets, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Indianapolis Colts. That's our schedule for next year. Now, to answer your question, where do we go from here? Well, Terry Fontenot, Raheem Morris need to look at the tapes and review the film and see where they went wrong and how can they improve this roster. Well, one thing we know for sure is that we have a quarterback that can play. We got to figure out how to keep him safe, keep him protected, keep him non-injured. And the next thing we need to do is address our defensive line and get to the quarterback. And it seems like we're going to have to do a lot on the secondary because a lot of people are free agents. So we got to shore up this defense and become a top 10 defense. I'm happy with our running game. I'm happy with our wideouts. And we do have one wideout coming back from injury that we didn't get a chance to see how to see him play. And that's Rondale Moore. I want to see us address the line, make sure the line gets better. They did okay this year, not too bad. But yeah, we got a lot of work to go on defense. We got to keep developing Michael Penix, and I see hopefully we should make it to the playoffs. We better make it to the playoffs. It's all or nothing for Terry Fontenot in my book, and it may be all or nothing for Raheem Morris if we don't. That's the things I see.
Okay. One of the first things I would like to hear about, I want to hear what the move is, what they're going to do with Kirk. I want to hear what they're going to do with Kirk, and I want to hear what the decision is for Kyle Pitts. When it comes to the coaches, I don't foresee a change. I think Raheem is Coach Morris. I want to give a brother his respect. I'm going to give him his respect. Call him Coach Morris. I think Coach Moore's personality, from what I see, will not allow him to make a move this too soon into it, to move away from Jimmy Lake, to move away from Zach Robinson. Now, yesterday was it was atrocious. And like I said, I felt disrespected. I felt disrespected that the Falcons put that out on the field. But when you look at some of the things they did after the bye, if they can figure out a way to bottle that up, to bottle that up, I don't know, man. I'm not on the fire Jimmy Lake yet. You know, I got my eye on him. I'm looking like, I'm like this now. I'm sitting back like I'm watching, but I'm not on the fire Jimmy Lake yet. I'm not even on the fire the OC yet. But if he makes a move, that'll be on him. I'm not on the fire them yet, but I am on the look in ways that you can upgrade. I don't know if they have to look at ways to do scheme. I don't know if Raheem has to get more involved. He has to put his fingerprints and his footprint on it a little more. We're gonna have to figure that out. And Zach, you know, first time play caller, it's a lot on him to be a first time play caller this year, and he's coming from that Sean McVay tree, and a lot of those coordinators have succeeded, and he didn't come in hitting the ground running. But hey, you know, we'll see. We'll see if year two, hopefully they will assess, and we'll see a lot more fluid offense. I am looking in the offseason. I won't get into the draft pick yet. I'm just talking about what I would like to see come February, come March, right before free agency starts or whatever. No, I like to hear what they're going to do with Kirk. That's the first thing I'm looking for. What they're going to do with Kirk. Can they salvage anything? I know they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay him to go wherever he goes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to pay him. They're going to have to pay wherever he goes. They're going to flip. They're going to take some of the bill. But can they salvage anything? Can they possibly trade him for any kind of draft pick and get something for it? Yeah. That's what I'm looking to see. I see somebody say it, yeah, because I got to go and listen to the press conference. The word of Sean Wildcat said the last press conference, Raheem didn't give a definite answer on Jimmy Lake's future. Don't look good for Jimmy. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Hey, to my fellow Falcon fans, I want to know, am I tripping? I still hold hope. I still hold hope for Kyle Pitts. I still hope that he can become what he looks like. He looks like a football player, man, supposed to look 6, whatever, dominant, can run, can catch. I hope. Am I tripping y'all? Are y'all the only ones that feel this? Am I the only one that feel this way, or do y'all just want to just say F it, just move past it? I don't know, Trey. I want to see him pan out, man, because that was a high pick, man. That was a high pick. As far as Kirk Cousins, man, what will we do? Like you say, we're still gonna be stuck with that cap hit where we can't use to get free agents next year through his dead money. Would you want to see him stay and be a backup and help out Penix more than that like he has this year? Or would you want to see us release him before March and save a couple million? Or would you like to see us trade him? I don't know, man. I like Kirk Cousins as a person. I really did enjoy his energy while he was here. I really enjoyed when he was winning and he had those games against Tampa Bay where he looked unstoppable. But I can't forget those 4 games where he just played like pure D-ish.
Mm-hmm. I see what our partner Sap said. Make Kirk a backup and a mentor. I mean, Kirk ain't going for that. But, I mean, he don't have no choice if they want to keep him. I mean, they're going to have to pay money either way, so they could keep him for another year. But too bad that he got no trade clause, so they can't just get rid of him and send him wherever he want to go. Okay. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see where it goes, man. But, yeah, so, man, I think that's it for the last game of the season. We'll do a full season wrap up. Y'all be looking out for that. We will promote that we're gonna do a full season wrap up. Me and Beery is gonna work on getting some more guys, some of our partners on here, man, to talk with us. Oh, before we go, I do have to speak on this because Beery wants me to talk about Caleb McGarry. Caleb McGarry was not the huge liability that I thought he would be for Michael Penix. Michael Penix was not getting pressured from the blind side as much as I thought that he might be, with Caleb being his protector from the blind side. So shout out to Caleb McGarry for playing better than I expected him to play. He doesn't get a balling on the 30th floor. People who get balling on the 30th floor, Drake London, you balling on the 30th floor. Drake London, you get it. Bijan Robinson balled all year, running through tackles, patient, getting through the hole, scoring touchdowns, balling on the 30th floor. And I know y'all don't like it, but look up the stats. AJ Terrell, you don't gotta like it, but look up AJ Terrell. They were not passing on AJ Terrell a lot. Teams would not even throw that man's weight a lot. Yeah, every cornerback gets beat here and there, but AJ was a good cornerback this year. AJ Terrell, you, sir, were balling on the 30th floor. Michael Penix, hey, man, it was only 3 games. You look like in the future we'll be giving you a ball on the 30th floor. I'm not going to give it to you yet, do-rag dude, but you on your way. I really like what I'm seeing. Tyler Algier, for the little times they let you play, you, sir, were balling on the 30th floor. You know, I'll give it to you, man. And Ebuketti, man, for like a 5-6 game stretch. Man, you were balling on the 30th floor. You know what I mean? They were balling on the 30th floor. So we'll see how it goes. And man, with that note, man, I'm done. Be rich with what I have to say. I'm gonna let you step in.
Hey, I want to bring up one question before we go. Tyreek Hill, is he coming home? No, he's a Georgia boy.
No.
Would you like to see him in an Atlanta Falcon uniform?
Of course I would, but if he's smart, he would not.
Okay. I want to just ask you that before we get off the phone.
Yeah, because and I won't stay too long on it. Tyreek Hill came from an organization that won a Super Bowl. They didn't give him the pay that he wanted. He ended up having to leave. They've won 2 Super Bowls since. He has to be looking at what coulda, woulda, shoulda. And he went down to Miami. It was fun. But now I think he's looking to be able to help hoist that Lombardi trophy again. He's looking to go somewhere where he can win as well as, get paid at the same time. Atlanta would not be the first place if I was Tyreek Hill. And I don't think Atlanta has the funds to put those kind of financial resources. Hey, how you doing, Apostle Frank? Shout out to Apostle Frank. Just checked in. I don't think the Falcons have those kind of resources to put into a wide receiver anyway. I mean, you still paying Kirk. You just can't do it. It's other places you have to spend money. And hopefully, next year our young boy Braylon Trice, who we drafted in the 3rd round from Washington, hopefully he comes back healthy and can help us upgrade our pass rush, and hopefully we can spend some of that money that we don't need to spend on Tyreek on a pass rusher.
I don't think any of the defensive ends that we drafted this year panned out. What about you?
So what now?
The defense that we spent this year on the draft, this personal year, the defensive ends that we got. I know one of them got hurt.
Roro. I mean, he got hurt, but he showed up a couple times. He ain't making the big, huge plays, but the couple times he was healthy, I mean, he didn't look horrible.
He's a 2nd round pick, Trey.
You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to Renard. Renard, man, we appreciate you, man. Hey, shout out to your son for stepping into a new school, man. I wish that young man much success. Renard was my across the street neighbor. Him and his family lived across the street when I was a teenager, and Renard a little bit younger than me. So we were teenagers when they lived across the street from me out in Stone Mountain. So, shout out to you and your fam, and congrats to your son, my brother, on his journey. Congrats to him, man. I wish the young man well. I watch everything you post on him, man. I hope God protects him, keeps him safe, and I hope he accomplishes everything that he dreams of.
Well, Trey, man, it was fun this year, man, covering the Falcons, man, and us doing content, man, and it's been a good year. Our first year podcasting, almost a year, man. February will be a year. And I just want to say, man, I look forward to this year. I look forward to the Falcons' moves in the upcoming draft and free agency. And, man, I look forward to what the Waterboyz got in store, man. So, yeah, man, I had a good time this year with you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's our first season with the Atlanta Falcons, covering the Atlanta Falcons as media, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As media. And what did we learn this year, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm going to say this, then I'm going to get out. What did we learn from covering the Atlanta Falcons as media? We learned that Be Rich would pay $100 million for a quarterback's coach. So when the Falcons are looking for a quarterback's coach, look for Be Rich to break out the money. Look for Be Rich to break out the money and pay whatever he has to pay. And what do we also learn? When the game is on the line, Coach Morris, his teams are like a pack of cool menthols. His defense gonna be packing them menthols in. They gonna be packing them menthols in and smoking them in the back of the warehouse, man. But hey, all in all, we had fun. Y'all look out for the wrap-up show. We're going to do it, and then we're going to keep going, man. We got stuff with Hawks. Hawks are playing better. We're going to talk about Hawks. We still need to talk about Georgia. Georgia ended up, Matt Shaw. Hey, somebody said Matt Shaw, future quarterback coach, get him that $100 million. At least he actually played for the Falcons before and won some games. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I'm going to tell you, man, I'm logging off for real. Kirk Cousins was a plant, man. You know how they say you have industry plants? He was a plant in Atlanta. And you know what I don't like? That man came in here and made $100 million, 14 games, and broke Matt Ryan's single-game passing record, and now he up out of here. That's disrespectful, my guy. Swag surf your behind on up out of here. You could have let Matt keep that record. I think Terry Fontenot or whoever don't like Matt Ryan paid that man to come in and break Matt Ryan's record, and then they set him on the bench. Screw you, whoever was behind that. Forget you. And on that note, I'm good. You got anything else you want to say, B-Rich, before I sign out? Well, on that note, man, shout out to Matt Ryan. Forget you, Kirk Cousins. And on behalf of myself, Trey Montgomery, my partner, B-Rich, the Waterboyz Show, we are out. And remember, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. We'll holler at y'all later. Yeah.
Hey, it's Amy Brown from The Bobby Bones Show. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for a chance to win a trip to meet Megan Maroney at the 2025 iHeart Country Festival in Austin, Texas on May 3rd, hosted by Bobby Bones. We're going to hook you up with tickets, flights, hotel, food credits, and a meet and greet with Megan Maroney. Take action now to support St. Jude and help cure childhood cancer, and you're going to be entered for a chance to win. Visit iHeartCountryTrip.com to learn more.